the less touches we made on the ball, the more fluid a game was, the easier it was to watch. Oh, my captain is back. Okay, my captain is back. Let the haters cry me a river. My captain is back, and the girls are happy. I am happy. Listen,
Definitely, I'm here to enjoy life. I'm not here to suffer.
okay, jokes aside, did you see the football Arsenal played tonight? Did you see the football Arsenal played tonight? Honestly, I have not seen them this fluid, this smooth in a while, and it was just pleasing to see. And Odegard, my captain, was right in the middle of it, controlling everything, directing, controlling. It was just amazing to see. By the way, every time he comes back from injury, he looks more chiseled and more structured. That bone structure. Anyway, we're not here to talk about his felt frame, but listen, my captain is back. Okay, my captain is back, and he's winning. Okay, today everybody on that pitch knew their job. For once, I'm not going to be critiquing. I'm just going to be appreciating what they put out on that pitch. Heck, we could have won that game by 4 goals or 5. But it is Olympiacos. If you do not know Olympiacos, please raise your hand in the chat. Let me see you. Olympiacos is no small team. Olympiacos is an OG Champions League team. Heck, they're older in the Champions League than even Arsenal. They are an OG, right? They are the kings of Greece. So this is no small team. So the performance we put up against them was exceptional. You can see how tough a team they are to play against, and that's why the second half was so struggled. But Odegard is back, and it's pleasing to say. I like how the old Odegard came back, and it just fit perfectly. And everything, every challenge we've been having in that midfield ball supply, it just fell away. It disappeared because the captain is back, and he's back in business, and he's back for real. Round of applause for my captain. There you go. There, Captain Odegard. Listen, no Odegard slander is ever going to be allowed. I stood by him from the beginning of time when you guys were talking crap about him. I said, leave him alone. I know this guy. I know him. And I know that he knows what is needed of him. And he will come back. And now he's back. Someone said on Twitter that Odegard is back from paternity leave. You are not allowed to make such comments about my captain. But here's the truth. Tonight's game, this is the Arsenal we want to see. Missed opportunities notwithstanding, it was electric. There was so much fluidity. And one thing I loved the most about tonight's performance was that there were fewer touches on the ball. This has always been my problem with Arsenal. Too many touches on the ball. Tonight, we didn't see that. Everyone moved the ball as quickly as they could, which was amazing. But look at the midfield with Zubimendi, Edgar, and Marino. Because Edgar was in there, Marino looked better. He didn't look as shorty as he does in the midfield, because I always say his actual position is an inverted striker. But tonight he played in the middle and he fell a few times, but he didn't look as shorty as he usually does because what the captain was in. He was controlling things. The controller general is back and he was dealing with everything as required. Did you see that ball he sent through to Jokeres? Goodness me. I have not seen such swift, scintillating performance and movement in the Arsenal team in a long while. And tonight's performance was perfect. Yes, they fell off a bit in the second half, but David Raya saved us. Okay, when we fell off a bit, David Raya, that's another person that needs an applause. Let's give him an applause. David Raya was just blocking from every angle. He said, Donnarumma, where? I am here and I am a rock. Okay. A stopper rock. He was in his best of form. I mean, you can always depend on Raya, right? It was beautiful. But we saw how the less touches we made on the ball, the more fluid our game was and the easier it was to watch. Oh goodness, Newcastle won 4-0. Young Union SJ. Well, it's a small team, I don't know that. Wow. 4 goals. 6 shots on target. So they both had 6 shots. Wow. And they didn't score one single goal. Anyway, this is not about Newcastle. This is about Arsenal. Right, after we beat them last week. But this is about Arsenal. So it was so beautiful to see our football tonight. It was clean, it was fluid, it was exquisite, it was scintillating, it was pleasurable, and without being boring or drab like it usually is. Because what? One single thing was done. They eradicated those extra touches that they make on the ball. And it was just beautiful to see. It was just amazing. And seeing Martinelli on that right, how he moved, and he's making improvements. Let's talk about Martinelli. He's making improvements, not just because he scored in the last 3 games, but he was trying to look up. The times he didn't, you could see clearly that he forgot again to look up and to find his person. But typical Martinelli was not really in that game. It was a new Martinelli. He was making efforts to look up, to find his man and to find his target to release the ball. So that is good. These are things we've complained about, and we can see that they're actually working, and that is what we want. Now let's talk about Trossard. Again, my opinion about Trossard. It's always I like him coming up from the bench, but it's okay. Those misses, that's all right. Again, but still, we can still see that Gyökeres is not really getting the supply he needs. But I'm sure that now Odegard is back in form, that will change, because we saw those passes, those crosses he sent across to him. Some of them were like, oh, did he really do that? It was good. It was just like having an ice bath. It was shocking, pleasurable, but painful. It was too good to be true. And now we have a squad that has depth. Did you see when Big Gabby had that injury? Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's nothing serious. And he had to go. 2 seasons past, we'll be peeing in our trousers because we'll be so worried, because that's it. But now, Muscari just came in. He held that position perfectly. And this is what we want. Look how the changes we made. Arteta is growing into his rotational capabilities. And it's nice to see. He's trying. And we appreciate him. We know he still has a long way to go, but we are getting there, right? It is good to see. I loved watching this game. This performance just really makes me happy. And it feels like every week we're getting better. We played better than we did against Newcastle last weekend. So we just keep building on this momentum every time. We just improve. Let's just keep improving. Let's keep the improvement going, and let's keep building. Let's keep that consistency going. And like I said, our midfield today was solid because Odegard was there, and that lack of decision making was just a thing of the past. You could see that he controlled it, and Marino being in there didn't sort of affect the play or the overall performance of the team. Today, it was just a game of combined effort. Everyone knew their job and played it well. There were few lapses in judgment or few lack of that final touch that would put the ball in the opponent's net. But over and out, we played a fantastic game. You see how Eze came on, and those touches, you see, his touches are so precise, they're so clean, it is so just elaborate, and they just make so much meaning. So I'm really grateful for this Arsenal squad we've got right now. I am just beyond grateful. And what we're seeing now, this is how they play. People who want to win, every part of the team works. And this squad, every part now is working. When we make errors and the opponent starts, spitting fire, you can trust Raya to stop it. And he's doing a fabulous job at the moment. He's always done, right? That's why he's won the Golden Glove back to back for a few years. So he's always done. And then the midfield as well, control, solid, forward, of course. Both left and right wings were functional. They were moving forward. It was not any back playing. There was no retreat and play at the back. Yes, they did a few passes at the back, but mostly it was forward. They were focused on moving forward, and once they got the ball, they were in ascendancy, and it was quick. It wasn't just limitless touches on the ball, unnecessary, relevant, backpedaling and all of that. They just moved forward, and that is why it was so beautiful to watch. We hope that Arteta, thank you, Gaffer. Today was a great performance. The boys played well. You did your job. The movement. Yes, I thought you'd have made the changes earlier on, but that's okay. The changes came on finally, and look what he did. Starboy is just he's just relentless. All right, Left, right, my star boy works. Right wing, he works. Left wing, he works. Wherever you want him, we are fine because star boy can coordinate and deliver. Because we like him and we like what we see. Talk about my heat man, Yokeris, for when this boy will start firing because you can see him. He's like a wounded lion. He is tireless. He's relentless. He's so aggressive. It's the way he moves. It's like a rock moving into something. Sometimes I'm like, uh oh. He just does not stop. This sort of player of his strength and his skill, when it finally clicks for him, I feel bad for the Premier League. They still cannot find him. Listen, the kind of goals he scores are a particular kind of goals. You need to locate him quickly. Arsenal still have not realized what they've got on their hands. That's why it's the pass and let him be in tight spaces before they release the ball. This is somebody who likes to have his space so he can take on players and move and make his own way to goal. But when you box him in those tight corners, it's quite difficult for him because he's a big man. He's also very fast. He's aggressive, so he needs space to move. Today he got about 2 or 3 of those chances, but I think Olympiacos had him penned from the beginning. They came prepared for him. That's why they had 2 players on him, and each time he moved, they moved. So I was glad that Odegard coming back into the team, he was looking for him. He was sending those balls across to him. That's what we need for Jokeris to unleash his fire on the world, and it's going to happen. Don't worry, it's going to happen. So today, overall, we had a great game. Everyone played so well. It was fabulous to watch, and long may it continue. We played Trotsar, Jokeris, and Martinelli top 4, and still there were so many chances, even in the first half. It was nice to see. And even when Martinelli went off and Saka came on, it was the same opportunities. So many goal scoring opportunities, and Saka swapped to the left, which I thought, what is he doing on the left? But before you know, so he clearly doesn't need a particular wing. He can work both left and right. And that's how a world class player plays. And we like it. We like what we see, Star Boy. We like it.
With crowd sizes. With crowd sizes.
It's good to see. And come on, you Gunners. We are onto something here. Let's keep going. 2 wins out of 2, not a single goal conceded. We love this. Happy days. Like, follow, and subscribe. And let's do this. I need to do live stream with you guys. So like and follow. Let's keep this going. See you on Saturday. Sunday? See you.